Hello again everyone. Today we're going to make jam donuts, one of my favourite things to have with a nice cup of tea in the afternoon. These donuts are not fried, they're baked, so they're a little bit healthier, but we do brush them with butter and still stick sugar on the outside and jam in the middle, so not that much healthier. As usual, I'm just going to pan down so you can see what ingredients I've weighed out, and then we'll get started. Okay, as usual, we have got some dry ingredients, some wet ingredients. Dry ingredients I'm going to put straight into the bowl of my stand mixer. 225 grams of cake flour or plain flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 50 grams of castor sugar, 1 sachet of instant yeast, and then those are going to go onto the mixer. And I've just got a paddle attachment. This is quite a wet dough, so I'm using the paddle, not the dough hook. I just want to turn it so that the ingredients incorporate slightly. And then we're going to mix the wet ingredients together. That is 190 mils of warm milk. And then I've added into there 50 grams of butter, and it's all melted together. I'm going to throw into that 2 egg yolks and this is a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then there's an extra 50 grams of flour on the side there, which I'm going to throw in once the dough is mixed. So let's get this going first. Everything straight in. I'm just going to add this bit by bit. Let's get that out onto the counter and give it a knead. So I have lightly floured the counter, and this dough is very wet. It's really like a scrape it out. You're going to see now as it drops. Get it all out. We don't want to leave any donuts behind, guys. There we go. Bit of flour on top too. This is very, very sticky. Just fold and turn until it's together. Okay, once we have it nicely come together, we are going to wrap it and we're going to rest it for 10 minutes. Okay, I've just turned my rested dough out onto a lightly floured counter. I'm going to add a bit of flour to the top. I want to roll this out and we're going to cut our donuts from it, but I don't want to lose all of the air. So I'm going to gently roll it, and we want to leave it about 1.5 centimeters in thickness, which I think is about that. I'm using a 3-inch cutter, and we're just going to cut our donuts. From the dough, getting as many as we can. Obviously it's going to depend on the size of your cutter. Just transferring them across to I'm going to bake these on a silpat. You can just lightly flour your tray, or you could use baking parchment. And then I'm just going to, handling it as gently as I can, re-roll the next bit of dough. And you can feel it's a bit tougher on the second roll. Okay. Again, quarter and a half. So I think I'm going to get another 2 from this. So we're going to get 8 in total at that size. There we are. Or 7 and a small one. I think we can just leave that one there. Space them out a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to cover these with make sure they're all nicely floured. I'm going to cover them with cling wrap and I'm going to let them prove for another 45 minutes. I'm just coming back to show you, these are the donuts now risen. And I'm going to pop those, I've preheated my oven, it's 190 degrees with a fan assist. And I'm going to bake these now for 12 minutes until they're nicely golden brown. Donuts have just come out of the oven, 12 minutes baked, nicely golden brown. I've just melted a tablespoon of butter here. Because we didn't deep fry them, they are not wet on the outside and sticky for the sugar to adhere. So we're just going to brush them with a little bit of melted butter so that we can coat them in sugar. Okay. Next to me we've got the sugar. Just going to dip it, roll it. Okay, 5 jam donuts, and then the last 3 I just want to throw in there a tiny little bit of ground cinnamon. Found it. I'm just going to put in there the tip of a teaspoon. Okay, so to finish the jam donuts, I have just filled a piping bag with mixed berry jam. And I've got a piping tip that's probably about 3 mil across. And I'm just going to insert that as far as I can into the donut and squeeze. And hopefully we're going to end up, let me put it up that way, with filled scrummy jam donut. Of course, if you don't have the luxury of a piping bag and a tip, there is absolutely no reason why you can't just slice into or break open one of these donuts and just put a nice dollop of jam on the inside. They're delicious. Enjoy.